Hello everyone, welcome to part 19 of Laravel 11 series in which we are creating the e-commerce website with Laravel and MongoDB. So we are working on the Laravel CRUD operations and for the CMS pages, and in this video we are going to work on the active inactive status for the CMS page. Okay, so I'm going to show you that we have shown the CMS pages in admin panel in the last video, and now we are going to work on the active inactive status for the CMS pages so that we can make them active or inactive instantly from the admin dashboard. From here we can able to make them active or inactive. Right now it is not working because we have not added any kind of jQuery function to update its status. Okay, so we will start working on this thing in this video, and you can follow these steps under the video description. You can find out all these steps that I have provided in the video description that you can follow. Okay, so in the first step, we need to make sure that we have added a few IDs and classes in for this particular link. Okay, so I'm going to open the CMS pages blade file and will show you that where we are required to add. Okay, so let me open the CMS pages blade file, and here you need to see this. Here you need to add the class. First of all, update CMS page status class, both if the status is active or inactive. Here we have already added the condition, like if the status is active, then this script will work, and if this status is inactive, then we are going to show the script. Okay, so here you can see the status is active and status is inactive, and also we have used the font Epson toggle on and toggle off. In case of active, toggle on; in case of inactive, toggle off. And also this class we are required to add update CMS page status class, and based on this class we are going to run our jQuery function. Okay, and also we are required to add the page ID. Okay, here you can see the page hyphen, then the page ID will come inside ID, and we will also add the page underscore ID, in which we will simply pass the page ID. Okay, so this is the script, and after that we are going to add jQuery function in custom.js file. Here just open the custom.js file, in which we are going to add the jQuery function by which we are going to update the status active to inactive and inactive to active. So I'm going to copy this jQuery function. See, in the previous Laravel 10 series, I have explained every function very carefully, so you can follow that series as well. The only difference in this series that we are using the MongoDB. Okay, so whatever status we are going to update, we are going to see that update in the MongoDB as well. In the CMS pages, we can see that status gets updated as well. Like we have added 2 pages so far, and the status is active. Status is 1 means active. Okay, and 0 means inactive. So status is active for both the pages right now, but we are going to make them inactive. Okay, from here. So this is the jQuery function that we are going to add. Here you can see the on the click of update CMS page status, there are two things we are passing from there, like that is status as well as the page ID. In status we are going to send the active inactive status, and in page ID we will send the page ID, whatever the page ID that is. Like the page ID in this case is oh yeah, one more thing I want to tell. Like it's not the MySQL database where we will find the page ID like 1 2 3 4. It's the MongoDB, and in which we are saving the ID as underscore ID. Okay, so we are not having the ID field here. Instead of ID field, we are having the underscore ID field. Okay, so in that there is the alphanumeric kind of number that we are saving, that is automatically getting saved in the MongoDB. So we need to compare with that, and here also I have mentioned this thing. This is very important, that please note that we will use underscore ID instead of ID of the page, as we are using the MongoDB instead of MySQL. Okay, so for the MongoDB we are using this underscore ID instead of ID, so we are going to compare with the underscore ID, not with ID. Okay, so here it's the id, that is the underscore id. We are taking that id, and here you can see that we have used here, we must use here the underscore id. Okay, so I'm going to check here, and here you can find that we are using here the underscore id. So I'm going to copy this code once again in which we are using the underscore id. Okay, and I'm going to paste it here. And this code also includes the edit and delete icons as well, that we are going to use in upcoming videos. And here you can see that we are now using the underscore id. Instead of id we are using the underscore id. Okay, so that is the main thing, that is the difference between the mongodb and mysql. Now we are using the underscore id, you can see everywhere. Okay, so here this id we will get here, and after that we will return that id to our function that we are going to create. And we will first send it to this particular url that we are going to create this route now. Okay, I will create this route, and see, I'm going to create this after this function. I'm going to create this route. This simply create this route inside the here in cms pages here. Okay, and after that we will update this update function. So here I'm going to check, this is the function that we are going to use in the cms controller. I'm going to open the cms controller now, and we'll update the update function. This is the function, so I'm going to replace this function with this one. And here you can see that we will get the data from ajax. Okay, to debug the data we can debug it like this, like we always used to debug. That two things will come here, page id as well as the active inactive status. Okay, so if the status is active, then we will make it inactive, like we are going to save the 0 value. If it is inactive, then we are going to save the 1 value. Okay, so in the mysql database, okay, sorry, in the mongodb database we are going to save it like this. Okay, so here we are simply updating. And finally, and here also you can see that we are updating, we are comparing it with the underscore id. Instead of id we are comparing it with the underscore id, as cms underscore pages collection is having the underscore id instead of id. Okay, so finally we will update the status. Okay, and we will return back to our the jquery function. Okay, so once we will back to the jquery function, here I'm going to show you that success function is still we need to write. So this part we are going to write here, based on the like active or inactive status. If the status is inactive, then we are going to show this script toggle off. If the status is active, then we are going to show the toggle on. Okay, here you can see, if the status is inactive, then we will show here inactive, and if status is active, then we will show active. So let's check this one, that it's working fine or not. Let's refresh it, and we are going to check now. Let's see that if it is working fine. uh, I'm going to make it inactive. I think there is some issue. We are going to open the console, and we'll open the network, and we'll see, we'll click. Okay, I think it is taking some time, I think. Okay, let's see. I'm going to make it inactive, and it's working fine, I think. Okay, yeah, it's working fine, and I'm going to make them active once again. Yes, so I'm going to refresh it, and we'll see the status for both are inactive right now. Yes, so I'm going to make them inactive. Okay, let's make them inactive. uh, Both I have make inactive. Now I'm going to refresh to see that the status is actually yes, updated to inactive, so it's working fine. We can able to make the status active or inactive instantly without the refresh of the page. The status are updating. Okay, you can see, you can even refresh, and you can find the status is actually updated. Okay, so like this you can able to update the status to active and inactive via ajax. Okay, so I think you can do this at your end as well, and if you will find any trouble, you can surely contact me. So that's all for now. Have a nice time. Goodbye.